graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chiefin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the boys,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And very good morning to everyone, one and all, and welcome to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, our home away from home for the next 3 days as we get ready to tip off the 39th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Classic Basketball Tournament here on the floor of Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium at Collinsville High School in good old Collinsville, Illinois. Once again, very good morning, everybody. My name is Todd Duke. On the other microphone, we have Mr. Matt Clark. Matt Clark will join us, as well as Zach Roseman, throughout the 3-day tournament here. Josh Roseman, younger brother, is here too. He's going to be our stat guy. He's going to be going back and forth getting our stats for us, and we'll have some various guests throughout the tournament as well. And welcome into day number 1, Mr. Matt Clark. I know you look forward to this every year. You used to play in this tournament. Now you get to hang out with us up here in the balcony and do the tournament.
There's a song called It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, Todd, by Andy Williams, and that's normally describing Christmas. When I think about that song, I think about the most wonderful time of the year being the next 3 days here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. 32 games played, 16 teams, so much excitement, so much drama, and really this year a very impressive field that we get to look at. I'm telling you right now, in my opinion, this is the best field in the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic since before before COVID-19 back in 2019. I think this is about as good of a field as we've had.
I got 2 undefeated teams in Collinsville and Quincy. You got 5 teams that are ranked in the top 20 in their respective classes. One of them in 2A in Altough. Collinsville is ranked. MacArthur is ranked. Collierville, Tennessee is ranked in their own state of Tennessee. So this is going to be a real fun tournament. So be the prognosticator, man. Who do you see facing off in the championship game, and who's going to win it?
Oh, so you're asking for the predictions this early. Well, we'll have to see. There's still a lot to be played. But when I look at this, I'll just take a real stab at it right now, right at the top, and that is I can't see anybody else but Quincy winning this tournament. Oh. And I think that Quincy and Collinsville have the paths to make it to the tournament championship. They have what would be considered probably the easiest paths. I had the opportunity to watch Quincy live over in Columbia, Missouri at Mizzou Arena earlier this year. The maturity of that team will be on display in this tournament, and that just puts them a step above every other team. They've played in these moments. They've played in the opportunities. They got 4th place 2 years ago, 2nd place last year. I think they're going to climb the ladder and finally pick up their first Holiday Classic championship. But since I think before 2000, their maturity is just so good. But again, there are about 4, 5, 6 teams that I could see winning this tournament, but I think Quincy has the edge right now. That may change over the next couple of days. We'll see what happens with these respective teams and how they come out strong, including a team right now in Decatur MacArthur that could absolutely be another team to watch out for.
Yep, they are the defending champions. Matt Clark is his name. Myself and Matt will have the call of this first game between Granite City and MacArthur. But first, a break on the Prairie Farms pregame show. I had a chance a little while ago to catch up with Chris Kettler. If there's anybody around here who knows high school basketball, that guy's been watching high school basketball since 1996. So we're going to pick the brain of one Mr. Chris Kettler, and we'll pass that conversation on to you next as the Prairie Farms Holiday Tournament pregame show rolls on here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Ragg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Ragg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville K-Hawks and the K-Hawk Sports Network, as well as the K-Hawk Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Ragg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Edwardsville at 1012 Plummer Drive, or call Jason Ragg at 618-307-7048, or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, members SIPC.
And we welcome you back into the Prairie Farms pregame show here on the K-Hawk Sports Network as we're getting ready to kick off this 39th edition of the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. Joining us now is an old friend. He's with us all the time, but since Dave Wilhelm no longer runs the beat, we're going to turn to what I think is the next best basketball mind in the area, and that would be our very own Chris Kettler. So you're no stranger to this, man. You've been working this tournament since 2001. You came to all the games. You're a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. So tell me about a little bit of the experience that you bring when you come into this game, because you've been watching this for a long time.
Yeah, it's a great tournament. It brings a lot of people out for the community, and it's a great thing for our team to be able to participate in it. And I think our team this year really wants to win that and bring that community out there to come watch them. And it should be a fun tournament this year. So got a lot of great teams.
All right, let's talk about that bracket here for a minute, man. What's the most intriguing game to you, and what's the one game you're looking forward to here in just round number one?
Well, in round number one, I'm really looking at this Lincoln McClure North game. That's a very intriguing game with a couple. Lincoln's probably playing some of the best defensive basketball of any team in this tournament, and I think McClure North has a lot of talent that is kind of under the radar. They for whatever reason, some of those Missouri teams don't get as many games in before the holiday tournament, so they're kind of an unknown. But they did real well last year in the holiday tournament, and then just didn't get past Vashon, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in the postseason over there in Missouri. So that's a pretty intriguing matchup there. And the game right behind that is Collierville and Belleville East. If we want to skip all the way down to the end of the bracket, I think Collierville would probably fit right in, but in the Southwestern Conference. And Belleville East is a team that's kind of on the upward. They've been searching for some scoring, and I think they got some guys stepping up now, finding that role for their team. And so those are two real good matchups at the bottom of the bracket, if you want to talk about those ones.
All right, let's talk about the top of the bracket. In the first game of the day, you have MacArthur versus Granite City. Of course, MacArthur, back-to-back defending champions. How hard are they going to be to knock off?
Oh, they're going to be real hard to knock off. They're confident. They're very well coached by Coach Bryson, and they've reloaded again. They had Zarian Richardson and guys like that last year that led that team, and they've reloaded with some other guys that are out there. Get their names here. They're a very very good squad over there at MacArthur, and they've only been knocked off one time, and they got guys like Stevie Tatum and King D's that are going to do a good job, and they're not going to want to be denied a third championship.
Yeah, I remember those names from last year. All right, talk to folks around here, and I don't know about the folks in Quincy. I'm sure they're either A, talking about a Collinsville-Quincy championship, or Quincy wants to get back and have MacArthur once again. So everybody's kind of dreaming of this Collinsville-Quincy matchup, and those are the two undefeated schools left in this tournament.
Right, and they're both undefeated, and they're they haven't caught each other here in the holiday tournament over the last couple of years, or they've caught each other in the postseason. So, you got two of the top, depending on what polls you look at, two of the top 5 teams, maybe in 4A or at least outside of the Chicago area. So, we already touched on the K-Hawks team. We know all about them, and lost my train of thought with them talking. We know our team, that they're very capable. Zach Chambers, Nick Horace, and Maury Weisinger, and got some other guys that start, and Mr. Brister comes off the bench. It's a good team, but Quincy, they got a lot of weapons. They got a MVP candidate and Bradley Longcore, a good post player, and Keyshawn Thomas, and they're a very good team.
You need a chocolate milk.
Yeah, I'm already worked up. Clay Smith diving in here. Then they also got Wires and Sprick and Brown and Clay that do a lot of good things for Quincy. They're going to be a tough team to stop, and no wonder they're ranked number 1.
Yeah, I remember all those names as well. Let's talk about one of the smaller schools in the area that's going to be in this tournament, and you cannot forget about, and that would be in Class 2A, the 21-ranked Althoff Crusaders.
Yeah, we're learning about Althoff as they go along here. They got De'Aaron Hill, who was a great football recruit. He lit up Collinsville in a football game here earlier in the year, and they actually did lose one guy to East St. Louis, but they got Liverpool. They got the coach's son, Peyton Lieb, and they're kind of a team that's been on the upward as we've gone along here. They're going to draw Mundelein first, and then they might give Quincy a heck of a time before they got to move on for another game in that second day.
All right, man. 32 games, 3 days. We got 5 ranked teams in this tournament. Have some fun. Thanks for the visit, sir.
All right, thanks, Todd. Enjoy your time up here. You got plenty of help, and I'll be down there in the scores table, and we'll have fun. Maybe you'll have a voice by the end of the tournament. All right.
Thank you very much. Chris Keller, everybody. We're going to take a break here on the Prairie Farms pregame show. When we come back, game number 1 comes your way. We have MacArthur taking on Granite City. All that and more coming up on day number 1 of the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic Basketball Tournament here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, and it comes your way next on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the soft wave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It's just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than Elsie's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for K-Hawk fans, before, after, or even during K-Hawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows K-Hawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, K-Hawk fans' pub of choice.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium and the 39th Annual Prairie Farms Holiday Classic here at Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke, Matt Clark on the other microphone. We have this first game for you. It features the MacArthur Generals, the two-time defending champions, against the Granite City Warriors. And here are your starters for both sides. We'll begin with the Generals. You'll find Sam Owens, a 6'2 senior, MJ Murphy, a 5'10 senior, Stevie Tatum, a 6'2 senior, King Dees, a 6'2 junior, and Sean Lee, a 6'4 sophomore. I remember a lot of those names from last year. Granite City Warriors, I'm a little familiar with. Collinsville has already played Granite City this year. They will feature Milton Dowell. He is a 6' senior, Alvin Valentine, a 6'2 senior, Trevon Bond, a 5'10 senior, Mario Brown, a 6'3 senior, and Jordan Rogers, the 6'4 sophomore. Keep your eyes on Mario Brown, 154 points in 11 games, averaging 14 points a game. He is the only Granite City Warrior averaging double-digit points, and he's helped out with 61 rebounds for the Granite City Warriors. But the leader in rebounds for Granite City this year is Evan Brewer, and he is not getting the starting nod tonight. He'll be off the bench if he's available. He wears number 33 on his back. He is a 6'5 sophomore, and I remember he pulled down a lot of boards in that game earlier against Collinsville at Granite City there, Matt.
Yeah, and listen, this matchup just lives and breathes Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. Both of these teams played in the first ever Prairie Farms Holiday Classic back in 1984. 116 wins between them in Prairie Farms Holiday Classic history. Todd, that's a lot of wins, and they've met 9 times in the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. MacArthur leads the series 5 wins to 4. But, I mean, you got to look at MacArthur here. They're looking for the second three-peat ever in Prairie Farms Holiday Classic history. The only other team to do that before them, Lincoln in 1985 through 1987, so it hasn't happened in decades. They have a gauntlet to go through. This would most likely, if they look at the bracket, be their easiest game, but they cannot overlook anything. What they always say about the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic game number 1, that 10 a.m. game can always, anything can happen in the 10 a.m. game.
39th year MacArthur has been here. They are the two-time defending champs. They also won it in 1984. Granite City's 39th year here also, as you just mentioned. 0 championships. They are 48-82 in this tournament, while MacArthur is 68-61. Granite City, they are in the black uniforms. They do have Brewer out there, so we were wrong on the starters. And Granite City in the black uniform, trimmed in red. and they have the word Warriors written across the fronts of their jerseys. MacArthur's out there in the white uniforms. It says MacArthur on the top, Generals on the bottom, and Granite City turns the ball over, and that is going to turn into the first 2 points of this game, and Stevie Tatum registers the first points of this edition of the Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament.
Yep, and he was the only returning starter for the MacArthur Generals team that won this last year. He's going to be the main option for MacArthur offensively. Not only is a good driver, but he's also a very good shooter, Todd.
Trevon Bond gives the ball up and then gets it over to Milton Dowell. Dowell, he tries a little fingertip roll off of this right-hand side. Referee almost got his head taken off by an errant pass. And not happy right now is Therese Bryson. Bryson is in his 4th year at MacArthur. He comes into this contest with an overall record of 64-15. On the season, MacArthur comes in at 7-1.
Yeah, and Bryson is a very passionate man on the bench. It could be a 5 a.m. game, and he's going to be screaming at his players to do more and do better, and that just gets them in a better position to continue to work.
Sam Owens with a pass underneath and ended up hitting the backboard. Still came down and found the hands of Sean Lee, but Lee couldn't turn it into points. Trevon Bond, he comes across the line, settles in over on the left wing, shoots a pass over onto the right wing now for Valentine. Valentine drives, has the ball knocked out of his hands. They say that MJ Murphy clamped on long enough for a jump ball, and if there wouldn't have been a jump ball, I thought it was going to be a travel.
Yeah, or a foul on MJ Murphy as he was going up. But again, MacArthur love to get their hands on the basketball, force turnovers, get deflections on defense. That's what makes them such a hard team to score on because you could barely get to the basket against them.
MJ Murphy passes the ball, then it goes underneath to King D's, and D's off the glass, and it's a 4-0 Generals lead as MacArthur has held Granite City scoreless here in the first 90 seconds of this game. Here is Mr. Bond. Bond trying to get his way around, but I tell you what, some stellar defense being played there by MJ Murphy, and he was all over Bond.
Yeah, and he's got a point there. MJ Murphy's asking the referee, did it hit off of Trayvon Bond's leg? That's what I saw up here, but Granite City get a lucky break, and they hold the possession. They haven't been able to get Mario Brown involved in these first couple of offensive possessions. That's your leading scorer, especially in these Prairie Farms Holiday Classic games. You got to lean on your big scorers from start to finish.
Into the backcourt it goes. Brown gives it up to Bond, and Bond, he races all the way down, tries to go coast to coast. He's fouled in the process, and we will have our first free throw participant of this tournament.
The one thing that's interesting about Granite City, they probably weren't the favored team in this tournament, is they've got some experience here. Trayvon Bond, Mario Brown, they've played in a couple of Prairie Farms Holiday Classics in the past, and I think that'll benefit them in some ways. They've played in these close games. They know how to go through this 3-day stretch, but they've also got to be able to figure out how to beat a team of real quality and hard work in Decatur MacArthur here this morning.
Oh, there's a ball that goes into the backcourt, and that one is going to be tipped back there, so no backcourt violation by Granite City. Bond ends up with it in his hand, and he cuts across diagonally across the K-Hawk logo, and he immediately picks up a foul. Sean Lee with a little reach in, got more body than ball. Well, he didn't get any ball, so nothing but body there.
And you just wonder if Granite City might come out a little bit flat. Out of all of the teams that the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic, Granite City is the team that waited the longest from their last game to this game now. I don't think they've played in 10 days or something, so that might just be a factor here for the Warriors here in this first quarter. MacArthur played, 5 or 6 days ago?
Yeah. Granite City played the last game of the first day last year. This year they get the first game, and they are already behind 4-0 through the first 2 minutes. Here comes a three-point shot from the corner. That nips across the rim, and the rebound belongs to the Generals. The Generals bring it up. Here is Sam Owens. Owens gets it out deep on the wing. Now into the corner it goes to Sean Lee. Little pop and jump outside the lane. No good. Rebound for Sam Owens. Owens trying to fight through a crowd of 3 Warriors, and one of them committed a foul, and it might go against Brewer. Nope, it's going to go against Andrew Walker.
Well, you talk about everything that Decatur MacArthur is about. It's athletic. They are long, they are athletic, they are quick. A lot of these players that are on MacArthur's team played football for the Generals this year. They went 6-4, and Sam Owens was one of them. He was a wide receiver on that team and showing his athleticism and grabbing the rebound and going up strong and committing the foul. Although he misses the first free throw.
Yeah, Sam Owens misses the first free throw. We have no stats available for MacArthur. They don't keep anything on Max Prep, so therefore we don't have any stats to pass along to you as these guys roll along here, but there is a Sam Owens 1 for 2, and 5-0 is the score. And Granite City still looking for their first points. Here comes Bond. He zigzags his way through some traffic up to the free throw line, kicks it into the corner, and Valentine thought for a minute about going for 3, but then thought better against it. Underneath for Brewer, one bounce off the glass, and Granite City's on the board.
Yeah, and Evan Brewer's really skied his way up the ranks in terms of playing time for Granite City this season. Really worked hard there.
That's a loose ball, and MacArthur doing a nice job just keeping it alive, and then a nice little bit of patience there by Sam Owens as he kind of waited everybody out and then kissed it off the glass for a couple more points for the Generals. 7-2 in favor of MacArthur. 5:05 left to go here in this first quarter of this opening game of the 39th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Classic here at Collinsville. Settle on in, folks. We got a number of games to go before we all get said and done with this one. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, by the way. There's Brewer off the glass for a couple more, so it's Generals 7, Brewer 4.
Yeah, shooting 59% from the field, Evan Brewer, and most of those are around the lane. And again, working strong. He's going to be the most physical presence in there, maybe the strongest player on the court right now, but also just been the right place, the right time for Granite City so far.
Murphy gives it up, a little fly down the baseline, and 2 points belongs to Stevie Tatum. And we're going to have our first timeout called here in this first game. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Looking for a new place to catch the game with a cold drink and some great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest K-Hawk games and all of the pro sports across the spectrum, and all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from K-Hawk Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. And that was our newest commercial from our newest sponsor. We please welcome 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, owned and operated by Mike Reichert. He is the father of Matt, who owns All Pro Tees. So the family businesses are about 25 steps away from each other.
Yeah, I tell you what, you go to any company that Mr. Duke uses part of his commercials, they are all fantastic groups. He wouldn't be selling them to you if they weren't good. So
That's right.
There you go.
All right, 9-4 in favor of MacArthur, and they just add 2 more to make it 11-4 on a nice little drive by King D's. And now Granite City trying to answer. Here is Bond. I tell you what, MacArthur's doing a lot of backcourt pressing here early on in this game. Over onto the wing it goes. That is Valentine. Valentine with it deep on the left wing. Takes it out on a little bit of a dribble and into the slot area. Fires a pass on over for Walker. Walker gives it back to Bond. Bond near the K-Hawk logo here at midcourt. 3:45 to go here in this first quarter. 11-4 in favor of MacArthur. Bond goes back and forth for a little while. Gives it up now for Walker. Walker drives. You won't forget about the shot clock now.
There you go.
Yep.
That's the first shot clock violation. There were only a handful of them, I think 15 total in the entire game at games in Fletcher Gym this year. That just goes to show you Decatur MacArthur with some great defense.
Yeah.
And I was just about to say before the possession, the shot clock hadn't impacted the game thus far, and it really shouldn't impact the game a ton. But that can happen right there. The Generals Generals locked down Granite City there. Didn't even get him in the lane.
I don't think we had a shot clock violation until we made it to the third game last year. And over into the corner in front of the Granite City bench, a drive through the lane, no good. That was a little off balance anyway. Rebound belongs to Granite City. Bond, he's got some speed, throws a no-look over into the corner. 3-point shot, Valentine, good.
And they're going to need to make those shots, Todd, especially Alvin Valentine. He's a role player for Granite City, but that's all created by Trayvon Bond, who just speeds down the floor. There's not many times where MacArthur gets beat down the floor on the fast break. They just did right there.
In the game we did earlier at Granite City when Collinsville went to visit, the Warriors came out flying in the second half and went 6 for 6 from beyond the three-point arc. There was a three-point answer try by King D's, no good. Rebound belongs to the Generals, and the foul belongs to Granite City.
Well, Granite City have given up a couple of offensive rebounds so far, and I'm a little bit surprised that that's happened. That's their strong suit. They out-rebounded Collinsville by 20 when Collinsville played them earlier this season. That's their strong suit. They cannot allow Decatur MacArthur to grab second and third chance opportunities because the Generals live on the stuff like that. That's why they win so many games here at the Holiday Classic.
Sam Owens back to the free throw line. He won 1 for 2 from there a moment ago. Yeah, in that game at Granite City earlier this year with Collinsville, they ended up going 11 of 23 from beyond the three-point stripe, 6 in a row to start the third quarter.
Yep.
Collinsville was up by 16. Before they knew it, they were only up by 5.
And that's what this game and this kind of style of basketball can do to you, Granite City. You know, you don't want to live and die by the three, but certainly if you could live by it, you absolutely will. It gives you a chance to beat any team you're playing in the state.
Once again, Sam Owens goes 1 for 1. 12-7 in favor of the MacArthur Generals as they bring in King Smith. So we have a King D's and a King Smith. 6'3" senior And he's a pretty stout individual out there, number 23 is.
And the reason why he's stout is because he is committed to Eastern Illinois University to play football, Todd, as an offensive lineman.
Looks like a football player. Here is Bond. Bond, he gets around and threw a couple of more. Throws it over in the corner again. And another three-point try, and that one just almost got wedged in between the glass and the rim off of the hands of Milton Dowell. 2:30 to go here in this opening quarter of this first matchup of the day. Day number 1, Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Classic, the 39th edition.
And MacArthur taking their time here a little bit. I'm not sure what Therese Bryson's plan is, but they've
15
already
15 seconds on the shot clock, so they got some time.
Running a set play here, maybe?
Outside it goes to King Dees, right in front of the Granite City bench, to the free throw line to the newly inserted King Smith. He spins, looking for a little room. No room. Knocked out of his hands by Brewer, right into the hands of Bond. Bond all the way down. Can't turn it into 2, but he'll head to the free throw line for a couple of tries from the charity stripe.
I'm going to say this right now. I know it's just the first quarter on game 1, but MacArthur better not mess with Granite City too much here. I mean, they were expected to come in and win this game, and this just has a feeling of what a 10 a.m. game could be. Granite City started a little soft, but they've really gotten into their rhythm, and every single time Trayvon Bond's going down the floor, he's creating something, whether that's scoring, whether that's drawing a foul. MacArthur got to get a handle on that really quick. They should not be letting anyone beat them down the floor.
53.8% free throw shooter on the year. Trayvon Bond comes in having hit 14 of 26, and he'll miss the first one. So far, our free throw shooters, Sam Owens has taken 4 shots, missed the front end both times, and now Bond has missed the front end on this try.
Well, one of the determining factors of last year's tournament was games were won and lost on free throws. I distinctly remember Decatur MacArthur Beverly's probably the game of the year. East lost it because they missed their free throws. That, on top of good three-point shooting percentage, were some of the key problems that teams faced in last year's tournament, and that might be a replica of what we see this year.
Just like Owens, Bond does the same thing. Misses the first one, hits the second one. Here come the Generals, 1:50 to play here in this opening quarter. And outside the perimeter, back inside, a little bounce and a jump there by King Dees, but he forgot to take the basketball with him. Granite City comes up with it. They bring it down court quickly. Here is Dowell. Dowell gets it over to Valentine. Valentine back to Dowell. Dowell, one-hand dribble on the left, then the right, comes into the lane, spins, into the corner, Bond for 3, no good, falls a little short. Bond gets his own rebound, kicks it out for Valentine for 3. That one's a little long, and this time the rebound belongs to the Generals. Nice job over there, falling out of bounds, MJ Murphy to keep that one alive.
We just talked about Granite City leaving and dying by the 3. They just took 2 threes and missed them. That's called dying by the 3.
There's a 3 answer, and no. MacArthur still looking for their first 3-point shot. Rebound belongs to Granite City. Dowell brings it up. He'll give it up, and then it'll stay outside for Bond once again. Bond over to Brown. Brown's been very quiet here in this opening quarter. He's deep out over on the left wing. Underhand pass back to Bond. We're under a minute to go here in quarter number 1. There's a dribble drive by Bond. Kicks it into the corner once again. 3-point shot on the way. That one's good. And it rattles home off of the hands of Valentine. All of a sudden, it's a 1-point game.
My goodness, Valentine's only shot 3 3-pointers in the entire season, or 5 3-pointers in the entire season so far. He has 3 3-point shots attempted in this first quarter. 2 makes.
So MacArthur trying to answer. They're only up by 1 now. Some spin moves going on and a travel. Too many spin moves there by MJ Murphy, and that's a turnover by MacArthur.
Yeah, the very interesting first quarter. I think you saw the first 3 or 4 minutes and you thought, well, MacArthur probably going to go run away with this. Granite City using the 3-point ball to get back into this game and also showing that they can be as quick as MacArthur. That normally doesn't happen. MacArthur's normally the quickest team we see in this tournament. Granite City kind of making a statement here this first quarter. We can run with you too.
Shot clock turned off here for the final few seconds of this first quarter. We are now down to about 10 seconds to go. Here's Bond all the way back at midcourt looking for a way to make his move, and he does so. 3-point shot on the way. That falls a little short, and the rebound comes all the way out. And at the buzzer, a shot no good by the Granite City Warriors, and that is the way that quarter number 1 comes to a close. 12-11 in favor of MacArthur. We're back with quarter number 2 after a timeout here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. Day number one, game number one of this 39th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Classic. I'm Todd Duke, Matt Clark on the other microphone, and that was a fun first quarter.
Yeah, I was just telling you at the break, if we have basketball like that for the entire rest of this game and of this tournament, oh boy, we're in for a really, really fun one. Two very good matched up teams, two teams that have not come out really that sluggish. I know Granite City took a minute to get started, but they have both played really well and are getting things started. It'll be a really competitive 10 a.m. game here, and I'm sure Therese Bryson is he's not maybe showing it as much so far, but he's got to be furious that MacArthur haven't come out of the gate a little bit stronger and given themselves a lead to work with here, because that's normally what they do here at the Holiday Classic.
Yeah, I haven't counted, but I think MacArthur's like 0 for 4 from their three-point shots, while Granite City has made a couple. And Granite City looking to take their first lead of this game. And MacArthur says, hold on just a second. A steal and a block and a putback. Still won't go. And now the rebound belongs to the Warriors. They bring it up once again. Here is Dow. Dow's going to go coast to coast. He'll be fouled on his way up there. And Milton Dowell will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, good slash to the hoop. But let's talk about that block by Mario Brown on the other end. We're right behind the basket here on the left side of your screen. My goodness, he came up there and skied it. And then I think the basketball gods let him have a little bit of luck there, because the follow-up try from King D's was no good, even though it was a wide-open layup. And look at that. Suddenly we're tied here in the second quarter between Decatur MacArthur and Granite City.
Milton Dowell hits his first free throw. He came in 13 of 15, 86.7% from the charity stripe, and this one could give his team their first lead of this game. And that one's a little off, no good. Rebound belongs to the Generals. They bring it back up quickly. Here is Carson. Kamir Carson hands the ball off, does so to Stevie Tatum. Tatum, he'll do the same thing with King D's. D's at the free throw line, gives it up back over to Carson. Over here on the near sideline, back to Tatum. Tatum cuts across the top of the key, hands the ball off to D's. D's, he gets ran into a little bit there by Andrew Walker, but the refs let him play. Back over onto the far side by Tatum. All the way back out to midcourt we go to Kamir Carson. Carson on the wing to D's. D's dribbles, drives, paint. Oh, tried to do a little reverse layup backward style and couldn't finish. And Granite City handles another rebound. They bring it back up. Here is Dowell. Dowell gives the ball up. Nice little ball fake there. High up off the glass for Andrew Walker. That was fun.
Yeah, and Granite City start that out by doing a great defensive possession, making Decatur MacArthur take a struggling shot late in the shot clock. And that's how they got those points on the other end.
Yeah, Granite City has their first lead, 14-12. And we have another whistle. I will stop the action right underneath the basket, which we are behind.
Yeah, Alex Boyer tries to take the charge, and Stevie Tatum does a good job. He sees, he recognizes that, and tries to get around him, which Boyer still had his leg stuck out there. So it's going to be a blocking foul, and Decatur MacArthur will get it out of bounds.
In case anyone's not familiar with the new free throw rules, it is no longer the first to 7 and then to 10. Each quarter, you're allowed 5. Once you make it past 5, you're going up there and shooting 1-and-1, and a three-point try and a foul. A chance for a 4-point play here coming up from Stevie Tatum.
Get used to that if you're watching this right now. Stevie Tatum may be one of the best shooters in this entire tournament. He could catch it from what would look like college range or NBA range and drill that three. Granite City did everything there. They even fouled him, and he still gets the bucket there. And they're going to want to get Stevie Tatum in some space so we can have a couple more of those open threes, and so that that can lead Decatur MacArthur a little bit here.
He makes the 4-point play and back to a 2-point lead for MacArthur, and we're going to have a timeout on the floor called by Granite City this time. And we will take a timeout as well. Back in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of K-Hawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Matt Clark with you for this first game. It's a good one thus far. 2-point lead for the MacArthur Generals over the Granite City Warriors. Generals are the defending champs, back-to-back defending champs of this tournament. Granite City's giving the defending champs a run for their money here in game number 1. That was a little underhand try underneath the basket there by Valentine, but I think he ended up hitting the bottom of the backboard.
Yeah, they're trying to go up and under with it and just couldn't find it off the rim. But what I'm very impressed by Granite City, they are breaking that MacArthur press like it's nothing. Normally, MacArthur could generate a lot of turnovers in the backcourt. Granite City just breezing right past that and into the front court. Then they have numbers because MacArthur's trying to trap, and that's where they're finding a couple of their points here. Maybe the Generals have to try something different, make a couple of changes, maybe play some more half-court defense. We'll have to see.
Granite City using that speed of theirs to break that press. Octavio Herta into the game for the first time for Granite City. There's a rebound by Brewer after a missed shot underneath the basket by Sean Lee. And Granite City works the ball back up. Here is Andrew Walker. Walker comes from the far sideline over to the wing, kicks it off into the corner for Herta, and he traveled.
Yeah, not what Granite City needs. That is a very avoidable turnover. Out of all the other turnovers that you can have, sometimes it's just unlucky, but right there, you just check into the game. You've got to be making sure that you do the littlest things. Right, knocking off the rust, exactly, because, again, just like all the rest of the Granite City players, Huerta hasn't played in 10 or so days.
All right, back to the Generals. Here is Murphy. MJ Murphy, 5:45 left to play here in this first half. 16-14 in favor of the MacArthur Generals. Generals, 15 seconds left on the shot clock, and here's a three-point try. While he was falling backward by Stevie Tatum, he gets the long rebound after a tip, puts it up, still won't go in. Brewer got his hands on it. Tatum gets his hands on it. Now we're going to have a foul called as Tatum was kind of caught in between 4 different Granite City Warriors underneath that basket.
So it's actually going to
ball,
they just switched it to a jump ball call. I think the Granite City get a little bit lucky there with that decision by the referees. When you give up 3 or 4 offensive rebounds, the referees are more likely to call a foul under the rim like that. But now Granite City can make it up by trying to get a stop right here. Valentine
goes out. Brown comes back in. Little turnaround shot by Sean Lee. He was only about 5 feet away, but he made that one look pretty too. 18-14 in favor of MacArthur. They get a little bit of separation after Granite City came back and took a lead. Here is Andrew Walker. Walker in front of the scorer's table, deep out on the left wing, bounces it into the corner for Herta, and back out front we go for Bond. Bond, he's near the logo at midcourt, gives it up now for Brown. Brown underneath trying a little alley-oop pass to Brewer, but that never made it there. Tatum got in the way and kicked that ball away, and now the ball knocked out of bounds by Brown. It'll remain MacArthur's ball.
Well, you talk about changes that you sometimes have to make, tactical changes, and Therese Bryson makes one right there. Instead of playing them man-to-man, now he's playing a zone defense, and Granite City really can't create anything because they can't drive to the basket and draw contact or kick out for threes. That Granite City love to penetrate inside, and when they can't do that, their offense sputters. They just did that right there. It's going to be interesting to see how Gerard Moore kind of changes his style of play and having to go up against that zone defense, which I think MacArthur's going to stay in because it's working.
Moore in his 7th year at Granite City. He has a record of 80-97 coming into this contest. And MacArthur will inbound. They'll do so, and another foul coming up, this time on a missed shot by Sean Lee.
Well, a couple of things there. Granite City have got to realize MacArthur is running a lot of the same things. They've run that double screen out to Stevie Tatum for 3 a couple of times. And on the inbounds, they're just throwing it up to the 6'4" Sean Lee for him to score. On MacArthur's end, they've got to work on finishing some of these baskets. They're right under the rim, and they're just not scoring.
Alex Baker is guilty of the latest infraction. That's his 2nd and the Warriors' 3rd already here in this 3rd quarter. We have 4:52 left to play here in quarter number 2. And back up at the free-throw line, it is Sean Lee, the 6'4" sophomore, trying to give his team a 6-point lead, and he does. 20-14. Granite City, since they took that 14-12 lead, had not scored since.
Yeah, that means a tornado run for the Generals.
There is a outside pass on the wing for 3. That one swooped all the way around the rim off of the hands of Mario Brown, and then we have another whistle.
There's your animation from Therese Bryson on the sideline for giving up that offensive rebound, but it's tough to rebound when you're playing zone. You've got to be able to block out each and every guy, and that gets a little bit difficult. There could be miscommunication there, and Huerta just ran right down the right lane and found the rebound. He's got a chance to get a couple more points for the Generals or for the Warriors on the board after their offense. Again, like we said a minute before, is stuttering a little bit.
That one's a miss. Herta came into this contest only taking 2 free throw shots all season long so far, and he missed both of them, so now he's 0 for 3.
Yeah, Huertas has really struggled this year. 4 of 23 from the field, now to 4 of 24 with that missed shot there that put him to the free throw line.
There's his first one of the year.
There you go. Maybe just a chance for him to kind of get things restarted.
Yeah. 20-15, 5-point lead belongs to MacArthur. They bring the ball up the court, having a little bit of a sluggish time bringing it across the line as Granite City starts to put on some backcourt pressure. Into the corner it goes here to Lee. Lee kicks it all the way back out to Murphy. Murphy, he'll dribble into the slot, over onto the wing, and back to Murphy it goes. Murphy getting blocked out over there by Sam Owens. And then a pass back over to the far side. One dribble, King D's picks it up, and underneath the basket, it is Sean Lee taking a shot. That one won't go. And a nice save there. That was a whale of a save, man, by Alvin Valentine. Or, excuse me, that is Kamir Carson. But Granite City ends up with the ball anyway.
Yeah.
Here is a drive by Bond. Kicks it into the corner. Another 3-point try, Granite City. They're not having as much luck as they did against Collinsville earlier in the year, that's for sure.
Yep, and I think they're going to get a foul called on them going the other way. I'm sitting here back thinking a couple of plays before where Sean Lee is right under the rim once again and cannot finish that layup. If MacArthur made their layups, this is a double-digit game right now. The reason why they're not giving an arm's length to Granite City in this game is because they just cannot finish on the offensive end, and now suddenly Granite City's playing a little bit of zone, mixing in there with their man-to-man defense.
Yeah, they sure are. Granite City trails by 5, and on the other side, if Granite City had made half of their missed 3-point shots, this would be a different game altogether. Outside we go. Here is King D's. He'll give the ball up, and over to MJ Murphy it goes. Murphy goes all the way back to midcourt. 3:25 to play here in quarter number 2 of this first game between MacArthur and Granite City. On to the wing, Carson at the free throw line. Owens, that one rattles home, and the 5-point lead is now a 7-point lead. Granite City, they work the ball up quickly. Here is Dowell. Dowell gives it up for Brown. Brown high off the glass, won't get it to go. And then him and Brewer fight over the rebound, but it ends up being Mario Brown who takes the ball out of Brewer's hands, banks it off the glass for 2. And Granite City not going away, 22-17 MacArthur.
Yeah, surprisingly, Warriors are only down 5, and Mario Brown that's his first 2 points of the game, and normally he's the one leading them on the offensive end.
Averages 14 points a game, a little bit over that, and he's just starting to get fired up here. Here are the Generals and Murphy. Murphy in front of the scorer's table. Works his way up. 3-point try. Nothing but net. MJ Murphy.
Yeah, and this guy's going to have much more of a scoring role alongside Stevie Tatum for the MacArthur Generals. Both of them could shoot. Therese Bryson was quoted saying earlier this season, they're the guys on our team, and they're the players that are the most important for our success.
Was that their first made 3-point shot of the game?
Nope, Stevie Tatum
That's
made that
right.
and one
Yeah, that's
three.
right.
So
Yep.
pretty impressive three-pointers for the
not
Generals.
Bad. There's a try by Valentine. No good. He'll get his own rebound, kick it out to Brown. Brown thought about the 3, into the corner. Valentine for 3. That one's good, too.
3 3-pointers for Valentine. He deserves that one because he goes in and grabs the offensive rebound. That's a really good response from Granite City. Now they've got to try to build off of that.
5-point advantage still intact for MacArthur. We are down to the final 1 minute, 40 seconds to go here in this first half, and that ball was out of bounds. I guess they say that Alvin Valentine's back heel was on the purple.
Uncharacteristic mistakes from Decatur MacArthur, and really, I'm thinking about the turnovers and just the fact that they haven't been able to rebound. I know they don't have the big guy in there like they did last year. Makai Wright would go up and grab everything, but normally, again, Decatur MacArthur would have that athleticism to be able to make things happen in the paint and make sure that they grab rebounds. And a lot of these points of Granite City have come on second chance opportunities.
Trevon Bond all the way back out at midcourt. We're down to 85 seconds to play here in this opening game. Here is Bond. Moves his way over to the left wing. Bound tries to force it into the paint. That was a bad idea. Milton Dowell was not in the right position, and the opposing team and MJ Murphy comes down and turns it into 2 points. Here's Bond trying to answer. They want to get those 2 points right back, if not maybe 3. Out deep on the wing it goes. That is Milton Dowell. Dowell picks up his dribble and then fires it back out toward midcourt once again for Bond. Bond trying to direct traffic And trying to tell Dowell to come back closer to him. Into the corner for Brewer it goes. Excuse me, that's Boyer. Up into the paint. Turnaround shot Brown. That's good and +1.
Well, I was curious to see why Gerard Moore had Mario Brown posted up on the high post right there, and that's exactly why they did it. A little 1-2-3 action straight to Brown from the low post to the high post, and then he draws the contact and scores and one. I'm surprised that he hasn't just taking control of this game or tried to take control of the offense, and that's actually working for Granite City because there's guys like Trayvon Bond and Alvin Valentine also getting involved for the Warriors and helping them lead a balanced scoring attack.
Mario Brown hits his and one, 72.5% from the free throw line coming into this contest was Brown, so he'll add to that. 49.1 left, 27-23, 4-point lead for MacArthur. They'll bring the ball up, and they've got about a 15-second difference in the game clock and the shot clock, so they'll have to get one off before the end of this quarter. As it's being brought up by Murphy. Murphy, deep over on the left wing, comes across to the top of the key, looking for some room to penetrate the paint, and now we're going to have a foul called against Granite City, and that one is going to go against Valentine.
Yeah, I'm not one to really be disappointed in a referee's decision. That particular call, I'm not a huge fan of. They're playing, they're getting aggressive against each other. I know he pushes off a little bit, but it wasn't to where the defender was falling down and, you know.
They called that against Murphy. That went the other way.
Yeah, that's an offensive foul on Murphy, surprisingly. So it's just it's a tough break, but Generals haven't gotten a lot to help themselves from terms of anything.
Travel. So Granite City gives the ball right back as Andrew Walker couldn't handle the pressure being put on by Sam Owens, caused him to shuffle his feet.
You know what, that just helps Decatur MacArthur anyways, because I think they were dealing with a shot clock on the last possession. They'll be able to take the final shot in this quarter.
20.2 seconds left, shot clock turned off. 27-23 in favor of MacArthur. They have the 4-point lead and they have the ball. Granite City looking like they're going to put a little pressure on in that backcourt.
I tell you what, a 4-point lead feels so much better than a 6 or a 7 or an 8-point lead here. I think Granite City got to play their best defensive possession so far of this game and, of course, this half to get some momentum going into the locker room at halftime.
Murphy gives it back over to Tatum. Tatum right on top of the K-Hawk logo. Gives it up now for Murphy on the left wing. Near sideline, top of the key. Tatum down to 4 seconds. Here comes a shot toward the buzzer, and that one's good. And then the buzzer sounds, and it turns into a 7-point advantage for Decatur MacArthur as we hit the halftime locker rooms 30-23. That was a fun first half.
Yeah, it was a fun first half, but I'm not quite sure why Granite City was trapping on that last possession. I would have just played it straight up, but I'm still impressed with how the Warriors have been able to stick with Decatur MacArthur. However, they're going to need a better second half than they did the first half, and I'm not sure if Granite City has it in them. We'll have to see when we come back for that second half here.
We will do that in just a moment. We'll give you some first half stats and our thoughts on the first half after a timeout here. Halftime, 30-23 in favor of MacArthur over Granite City, and we're back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the K-Hawk Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the K-Hawk Sports Network and KHawkSports.com.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Pack Mail of Collinsville. Locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs, Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the KHawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk Family.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 30-23 is our halftime score. MacArthur over Granite City. Todd Duke, Matt Clark back with you. And here is a look at your numbers. Granite City, 6 of 20 from the field, while MacArthur went 11 of 24 from beyond the three-point stripe. Each team has hit 3. Granite City, 3 of 11. And MacArthur, 3 of 6 from the free throw lines. Each team has taken 7 shots. Granite City has hit 4, and MacArthur has hit 5. And MacArthur out-rebounding Granite City 15-13, but Matt Clark, the one number I'm looking at is the points off of turnovers. Granite City has scored 1 point off of MacArthur's turnovers, while MacArthur has racked up 13 points off of Granite City turnovers.
Yep, and that goes on to the fast break points as well, where MacArthur's leading Granite City 8-3. And if there's one thing statistically that looks odd, it didn't look like MacArthur scored a ton of points off of turnovers when we were looking at that first half, but the statistics don't lie, and, maybe that's the path that Granite City has to get back into this game. Maybe it's not living and dying by the three. Maybe it's not, playing a different type of style offensively, but maybe the start for them, for Granite City, is keeping the ball and holding possession and not turning the ball over that much. I'm impressed that they've kept up with MacArthur in terms of rebounds. MacArthur only has 2 more rebounds than Granite City, and the Warriors have 6 offensive rebounds. That's somewhere where they've really played well and found some opportunities and gotten some second chance points. But yeah, points off of turnovers, that's a killer in certain games, and MacArthur love points off of turnovers. They love points in the paint too. They scored 31.5 points in the paint per game last year, so in that tournament run. And so Granite City, again, I'll say it again, they're going to have to play a pretty much of a perfect second half if they want to come back and beat this Decatur MacArthur team, who is pretty good at closing these kind of games out.
Yeah, Granite City, by the way, turned the ball over 8 times. MacArthur turned the ball over 5 times. That's Matt Clark. My name is Todd Duke. One more break coming your way. Second half action. That's what we have coming your way on the other side of the break on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Happy holidays, everyone. Hope everyone had a fantastic Christmas. I don't know what your plan is for New Year's, but I hope you have a good New Year's celebration if that's exactly what you do. I stopped doing that a long time ago.
There you go. There you go. What a fun deal. And Granite City with the opportunity here to win this game 30. Well, they have an opportunity to come back into this game. Ever since they took that lead at 14-12 and early in the second quarter, they've been outscored 16-9. And let's make that 18-9, and that's the difference here. 7-point lead for the MacArthur Generals, who have won 9 straight Prairie Farms Holiday Classic games dating back to before COVID-19. In 2019, they lost a triad, but Granite City will get us started here in the second half. Over to Alvin Valentine, who made 3 3-pointers. He leads all scorers with 9. Bond will try to add another 3. That's no good. Brewer gets the rebound in the middle. Got a couple of offensive rebounds, Brewer. Now it's out back to Dowell. Over to Valentine once again. MacArthur playing a little bit of a zone defense here, maybe a 1-2-2 look for the Generals as the shot clock resets. Bond back to Dowell. Granite City swinging over to Valentine. Still can't find a way to drive in. Here's Bond. They just keep going around the horn at the top there, Todd, and Dowell looks for something. Shot clock continues to go down. Now a dribble jump shot for Valentine. That's short, and Tatum is in for the rebound as Granite City cannot convert on the second chance opportunities. Here's King Deeds for the MacArthur Generals. Inside to Sean Lee, the sophomore. Lee drives with his left around Brewer, goes up with his right-handed, scores. That's a place where he struggled a little bit earlier in this game, scoring at the rim, but he puts that one through. And the first minute of our third quarter is played. 32-23 MacArthur. That's one of their largest leads of the game so far.
Yeah, that Granite City not being able to score on that first possession really hurts.
Here is Dowell at the top of the key. Granite City cannot figure out a way to get past this MacArthur defense, which is really sinking inside and not allowing anything in the high or low post.
Yeah, they got the paint covered, that's for sure.
Yeah, the paint covered and the lane is all over. I mean, I can't get Brewer open in there. Oh, here's Valentine. That'll be a two-pointer if it goes. Second miss for him, but Bond's got the rebound. He'll fire away from three. Knocks it down, rattles it in. It's Trayvon Bond, who had a couple of points from the free throw line, and Therese Bryson furious once again with his offensive rebounding, or his defensive rebounding per se, and he'll take another 30-second timeout. We'll return after that 30-second timeout here on the KHOC Sports Network. MacArthur leads by 6.
Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are KHOC Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go KHOCs!
Back here with you at the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. Ball just got inbounded there as we come back from break. 6:16 to go. Generals now have 9 offensive rebounds, and they just turned one of those into a 3 as Owens will drive in and score for 2. The wide receiver from Decatur MacArthur doing it on the basketball floor, showing his strength and athleticism inside.
8-point lead now for MacArthur. They're going to continue to switch that out, man. I'm telling you, Granite City's going to have a hard time coming back if this thing gets to double digits.
That they will. Here's Bond. He just made that 3 over to Valentine, who's been hot as well, but he's now 3 of 6 from deep. Valentine swings it out. No one found it. That's a old, you looking at the other guy who thought he was going to grab the pass. Another turnover for the Warriors, which has been their weak suit in this game so far.
Yeah, Bond was over on the toward the top of the key. Valentine was over on the wing, and he threw it right between both of them.
Yeah, just an unlucky play there for the Generals, or pardon me, for the Warriors. Here's Dees, open for a 3 again, and that would have made it to the 11-point lead. Tom bounces off the top of the backboard, which means it's out of bounds. Decatur MacArthur's not necessarily that great of a shooting team, Todd. They won the Holiday Classic Championship last year, and they only returned 60 of the 254 points that they scored in that championship this season. So it's a new kind of roster for MacArthur, but that's what they seem to always do. Deep 3 for Walker, short. Trying to fly in for the rebound was Granite City's Andrew Walker. The 3 was actually shot by Dowell.
I wonder if it was partially blocked, because that was woefully short.
Yeah, I'm not sure there. Granite City cannot afford to throw up 3s that won't fall here in this third quarter.
Well, this is the 3rd turnover already here in this third quarter for Granite City, and MacArthur's already turned a couple of them into points.
Yeah, you tell you what, Granite City, that may not be considered a turnover, but I mean, it probably should consider a turnover because it was an air ball.
Yeah.
At some point. Up at the ball is MJ Murphy, who's second year at MacArthur, transfer from Warrenburg Latham. That's a school up in the middle of Illinois. As Dees drives in, or pardon me, Lee drives in, and it's deflected off of a Granite City player out of bounds. MacArthur will retain possession. We'll see if they try to throw it up to Sean Lee right on that right block there, on that near block, pardon me. Murphy will trigger. Oh, great backdoor cut. Dees couldn't find the basketball, and it's stolen
lost
away.
The handle. Granite City really needs to turn this turnover into points.
Here's Walker, the freshman for Granite City. Brown in the corner. Just goes up with the floater. He was going to pass it, Todd. Then he took an extra step. It's a travel. Talk about turnovers again. That's another one for Granite City, and it's halting their chances of a comeback.
Yeah, they're piling up quick and really fast here.
Yeah,
I mean, they've got more turnovers than points here in this third quarter.
Second half for sure. I believe we're saying that's their 4th turnover of the second
3
half.
3 points is all they've gotten so far since we started quarter number 3.
MJ Murphy only has 5 points. Here's Lee inside, back out to Murphy, swings it to Owens for 3. That's strong, and the rebound comes to Bond, and boy, he can fly down the court, trying to drive inside, dishes it to Valentine. Now he'll go with his right hand, looks for options, back out to Bond. He drives in, kicks out to Brown. He lost the basketball again. It's another turnover for Granite City.
Man, oh man, they can't hold on to the ball.
And Gerard Moore is going to take a timeout here in response. Again, about 3 straight possessions here where the Warriors haven't been able to get a shot off because they've turned the basketball over. It'll be a full timeout. Generals lead by 8. We'll be back after this timeout on the KHOC Sports Network.
30.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back with here at the on the KHOC Sports Network. Man, Granite City have been given the opportunity to put themselves back in this game and compete with the two-time defending champion here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic and the Decatur MacArthur Generals, but the turnovers are struggling for Granite City.
Well, they got
There's
one of their
MacArthur
own.
turning the ball over on the other end. Bond down the lane with his left hand, fires past Murphy, and then skied the rebound and missed it, and it's out of bounds on Mario Brown. You talk about turnovers, Todd. Granite City averaged 17 of them in the Holiday Classic last season. That's one of the reasons why they went 2-2 and finished technically 15th place.
Yeah, turnovers will kill you in this game of basketball, man.
Yeah.
They really will. Turnovers and missed free throws will doom you every time.
Here's Dees inside to Murphy. They got a 2-on-1 here. Murphy will take it alone, and it rolled in. It just stuck on the rim there, Todd, and then it just fell in. It's a double-digit lead for MacArthur. The Warriors have only scored 3 points in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter.
Yeah, that's going to be tough to overcome if they can't start finding a way to get that ball into that basket.
Here's Bond over to Huerta. Now it's an extended zone for MacArthur. Back to Huerta. Now Bond still surveying. And again, Granite City just cannot find their way through this defense. They're trying to pass through it, but it's not working. Walker down to the short corner into Brown. He'll go up with it strong with the left hand and scores. That's only 4 points for Mario Brown, Todd. You're expecting actually 5 points. You're expecting him to be more of an offensive asset, especially when Granite City are struggling to score.
Yeah, only their 5th point here in this third quarter.
Here's Stevie Tatum, three-pointer off the mark. He was wide open there, and Owens finds the rebound and puts it in for 2. Great response there. Granite City does not box out, and it kills them right there as Bond brings it back up for the Warriors. 3:10 to play here in the third quarter. Generals up by 10, and the dream of the Warriors pulling off a potential upset here are starting to fade, but Brown will shoot a baseline jumper, no good, and here comes MJ Murphy with the rebound. Long pass, Huerta grabs it there. Great recovery by the senior Octavio Huerta. Now Granite City have numbers on the fast break, but it's picked from behind by Dees. Back and forth we go in this third quarter. Now Murphy the other lane, and there finally the ball goes into the basket. It just felt like it was a bunch of guys running there for about a minute there, but it's the MacArthur Generals who were able to get the easy basket for 2.
Yeah, you're saying back and forth. They are running back and forth on the floor, but it's MacArthur who's turning their backs into points. The fourths are not coming into points.
Bond a 3, no good, and the rebound comes to Lee, and this is a little bit more of what MacArthur is enjoying and what they expect in this tournament. Again, if they win this game, winner of this game will play the winner of O'Fallon and Rockford East, which is next for you at 11:30 start time here on the KHOC Sports Network as Tatum drives in, took the shot fake, held that pivot put, back out to Murphy, and now there's only 10 seconds on that shot clock. Murphy will look to go for it alone. Step back 3, MJ Murphy connects.
Oh, boy.
15-point lead for Decatur MacArthur. Great three-pointer from Murphy. He is a born scorer. And Gerard Moore forced to use another timeout. That's a little bit more like what we expect from the Generals. It's a full timeout. Generals by 15 here on the KHOC Sports Network.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224.
Back with you here at the KHOC Sports Network. 1:47 to play in this third quarter. MJ Murphy for the Generals now leads all scorers with 12. Todd, it's kind of cool with the Generals here and MJ Murphy, because MJ Murphy's dad, Marlon Murphy, played for MacArthur back in the late 1990s. He was the 1998 Macon County Player of the Year award, which is the same award that Mekhi Wright won for the Generals last year. So it's kind of cool when you have it all in the family. And, you know, Murphy wasn't able to start his career at MacArthur, but he transferred there. It's just kind of cool. He's kind of living his dad's legacy, if you will.
Yeah, there you go. I like stories like that. Those are fun.
1:47 to play here, 43-28. MacArthur stretching out their lead in the third quarter. They've won it so far. There's the three-pointer from Granite City off the top of the backboard. No good. That three was shot by Torian Valentine, who may be related to Alvin Valentine, although we're not 100% sure there. So we won't confirm or deny that to you. Sometimes you don't know with these rosters. You never know if there's a player related. You think same last name. Who knows? As it'll be brought up here by Kymir Carson. Up against Dowell. Inside to Dees for two. We go through three Granite City players. Got the corner. And, man, Granite City or MacArthur are all over it, outscoring the Warriors 15-5 here in this third quarter. That's how they made it a 17-point advantage. Bond inside, looking for options. The zone has been problematic for Granite City. Dowell, ball fake three, inside for two, no good. And the rebound comes to Carson, and now MacArthur will try to run. It's Murphy. He's got 12. Now he's got an open lane to drive at. He goes up with it. He's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
53.6 seconds left in this third quarter, man. And Granite City, they've only managed to score 5 points in this quarter.
And I tell you what, this is more like the MacArthur that we expect at this tournament, the team that is up and down, that plays great defense and uses the fast break to their advantage. And I'm sure there will be more points off of turnovers that MacArthur will look to kind of present and brag about at the end of this game, as Murphy will go to the line to shoot two here. He can stretch it out to 19 points. Makes the first. He played every game last year in the Holiday Classic, but all off the bench and didn't have a ton of minutes, although he did play in the championship game. He had 2 points and 2 steals versus Madison, and also had 2 points against Belleville East. As MacArthur makes some changes, King Smith, one of the two Kings for MacArthur, is back into this game for the Generals, giving them some size inside. MacArthur, no players on the free throw line here. They'll just let Murphy shoot his second, and he rattles it home. He's now up to 14 for this game so far. Here's Bond. MacArthur going a little 1-2-2 zone press defense. Back out to Bond, looking for some options. 45 seconds to play in the third quarter. Here's Alvin Valentine driving in. Great little pass to Brewer. He goes up with his foul, but we saw that right here, Todd. He just kind of went around the right side of his, the right arm of the defender and just dished it to Brewer, and Brewer will have his first 2 free throws of this game.
Yeah, Brewer comes in 22 of 37 from the free throw line, 59.5%. Not the greatest percentage, but he's a sophomore. He's got time to work on that.
Yes, for sure, and potential piece that, Gerard Moore could use in the future. As Brewer hits the first, 8.9 points per game coming into this game for Evan Brewer. Scored in double figures 5 times this year, which is really impressive, really, for a sophomore in that kind of regard. 7 more games for you coming here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic.
Really?
Don't go anywhere.
We have 7 more?
7 more on day 1. This one's been fun, but next up is O'Fallon and Rockford East. You'll be able to see that here live on the K-Hawk Sports Network as the Warriors get to 30 through that second made free throw by Brewer. Here's King Dees. He broke the press there. King Dees over to Sam Owens. Inside foul once again, and this time it'll be King Dees going to the line, where I think you called it yesterday on his or last year on his throne at the free throw line.
Yeah.
So, and actually I stand corrected. Sam Owens is going to the free throw line. He's
Valentine
committed
with the foul.
Yep, Valentine with the foul, and he's committed to Lindenwood to play wide receiver. He's a Division I wide receiver, Sam Owens, but that athleticism can help you in multiple sports.
Oh yeah.
And it'll be King Smith who goes back into the game. Another miss from the free throw line from MacArthur. If there's anything they haven't done right in this game, at least in just a wide sense, it's the fact that they have missed a couple of free throws.
Always seem to miss the front end of these 1-and-1s, don't they?
Yeah, and these 2-shot fouls, you just see, he went 0 for 2 there. Yeah. So I guess it balances out because MJ Murphy made 2 free throws on the last possession. Alvin Valentine. Inside, it's Dowell, back out. Trayvon Bond shot fake, drives inside, got himself into the paint. Now back out to Andrew Walker, who had the ball just a minute ago. Walker into the corner. Long pass over. It sailed over to Valentine. He'll drive in. Brewer right under the basket with his right hand, no good. Oh my gosh, Walker fries in there for the rebound. 5 seconds to play. MacArthur will try to get one more shot up. King D's finally looks at the clock. Now he'll sail one. It's way off to the right. It wouldn't have gone anyway. 47-30. Decatur and MacArthur have built themselves quite the lead here in the third quarter. Back with 8 more minutes of this one on the KHOC Sports Network right after this.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. 3 quarters of the first game in the books there, Matt Clark. 1 quarter to go, and we can talk about the other 7 games.
Yeah, I mean, I think you look at this first quarter from Decatur MacArthur, or this third quarter from MacArthur, it's been very strong, doing what they do best, which is scoring inside and really clamping it down on defense. They hold the Warriors to just 7 points in the third quarter, which is really impressive. When you talk about games, sometimes they're won and lost in the third quarter. You talk about those first 5 minutes, you want to go out there and be strong and do good in the third quarter. Granite City did that right there as they lead by 17. And MacArthur will inbound to start the quarter. Actually, the Generals lead by 17. MacArthur, the 2-time defending Prairie Farms Holiday Classic champions. And Kymir Carson got a lot of pressure from Bond there. He is able to steal it away. Now it's a 5-on-4 coming the other way. Inside to Lee. Lee looking for some options, Lee traveled.
Yep. Shuffled those feet just a little too much there.
And I tell you, though, that ref on the far side, he's very good at catching those travels when you shuffle your feet just a little bit. Here's Andrew Walker, the freshman for Granite City, getting some interesting minutes here in the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. Granite City have had some trouble against this zone here in the second half. They've only scored 7 points off of it. Walker, though, long 3. Oh. He's got it to go. Andrew Walker, the freshman, 7.5 points per game. He's 31% from 3, so he can hit those sometimes. Carson almost thought he lost the ball. That came off of a Decatur MacArthur turnover, the last points from Granite City, as maybe the last-ditch effort for them to get back into this game. There's a chance for another steal by Walker. It's out of bounds as King D steps on the baseline on the far side. And with 7:18 to go, Granite City have to go here. They want to try to get back into this one.
Yeah, trying to get points off back-to-back turnovers here.
Walker almost shot fake for 3 once more. He was going to shoot that basketball. He just did not have it in the shooting pocket. Now Bond, shot fake. Walker flares out to the corner. Oh. He's got another 3. Andrew Walker, suddenly it's the freshman leading Granite City, and Decatur MacArthur have to just be aware of him on the zone. Finally, Granite City making some shots against that MacArthur zone. 47-36. Kymir Carson down the left side of the lane, flips it up. No good. Here come the Warriors. It's Bond. This is Valentine. He was about to shoot it, and then it's tipped out by Tatum. It'll be out of bounds here on the far sideline.
If he would have found the handle on that ball, he was going to shoot.
That would have been a third straight three-pointer from the Warriors. You talk about living and dying from the 3. Suddenly, the Warriors are alive again because of their three-point shot. 47-36. Bond will take the screen from Brewer at the top of the key. Now drives inside. Bounce pass inside. Brewer goes up. Foul, and he gets the bucket to go. And one. What a huge run from the Warriors. Suddenly 8-0 run to start the fourth quarter. Brewer can make it a 9-0 run at the line.
Trying for a three-point plays in a row the old-fashioned way.
Well, oh boy, here we go. Suddenly an interesting comeback might be on the way. Brewer was 2 for 2 from the line earlier. He leaves the shot short, and Tatum grabs the rebound.
And also grabbed Valentine.
He did grab Valentine, but the referee calls it the foul on Valentine, so it's going the other way. Both teams have 1 foul here in the fourth quarter. Remember, it takes 5 to get to the free throw line for the double bonus. Those are the new foul rules.
He could have called 2 fouls. Could have called 1 against Tatum after Valentine fouled Tatum.
Talk about Andrew Walker. They're going to have The man just cleaned it up a little bit there, a little housekeeping. That was a hard fall that Alvin Valentine took. Unfortunately for him, he hasn't been able to replicate what he did in the first half. Made those 3 3-pointers, been a little quiet here in the second half. Maybe this is the right time for him to get a little hot.
Gerard Moore into the ear of Bond there. Last-minute instructions as Granite City is trying to climb their way back into this one, and they're doing a pretty good job of that.
Well, Valentine just picks up a second straight foul now. He's got 3 in this game. That's really the only foul trouble that anyone's facing. MJ Murphy has 3 for the MacArthur Generals, so that's all you have to worry about from a foul standpoint. MacArthur will inbound here into Murphy, guarded by Bond here, right at the top of the key at that K-Hawk logo. This is what the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic is all about, these exciting games between teams, one from a little bit farther away, 2 hours, and one from the area, which is Granite City. Here's a drive inside by Murphy. Ball fake,
he traveled
again.
Yeah. This time it was Murphy, and Murphy right there in front of the referee who called it, man. He took a little one too many steps on that baseline drive.
47-38. Now or never for Granite City. Decatur MacArthur has opened the door a little bit. Can Granite City go through it? Here's Walker. A lot more pressure defense from him. And Walker has traveled himself.
Walker walked.
We are traveling all over the court here in Game 1 of the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. I think that's got to be about the 6th or 7th traveling violation in this game.
I know there's been like 4 of them just in this half.
Here's Tatum. Back out to Murphy. Now Granite City are forced to get another stop, which they're going to have to continue to bring up a couple of stops. Murphy trying to get around Bond. Now back out. This is Lee up against the taller Brewer. Goes with his left hand, right hand shot. No good. Got his own rebound. And it is off of, I think, Brewer there as he stripped it before Lee could get the second chance opportunity up. It'll be out of bounds. Decatur MacArthur basketball.
This is fun.
Here is the trigger. This is coming from MJ Murphy as Walker gets back into the player. Not sure where he was for a moment there.
I don't know either. Is he in the bathroom?
Yeah, he's going towards the locker room. Here's Tatum inside. Lee, go, and it falls in. There's Sean Lee, the sophomore. He is up to, I think, let's see here, 6 points for the MacArthur Generals. Balanced scoring from Decatur MacArthur in this first game. Here's Boyer, who just checked in. Goes strong with the right hand, and that's no good. It looked like it almost hit the top of the backboard, but Decatur MacArthur get the basketball anywhere, and that's a huge couple of possession stretch there where MacArthur kind of restores order. Murphy. It's been him and Bond in the front court, just battling each other every single time one of them brings the ball up the floor. Murphy in the corner. He'll get a screen from Lee. Now he'll drive right. Pulls up from the elbow. And the shot does not fall. Rebound comes to Brewer. And now Bond may have to push the pace a little bit. They've got 5 minutes to go here. Drives with his left hand, up with his right. Great move by Bond as he fell to the floor. And Gerard Moore says, I got to call timeout right now. He sees the opportunity. Granite City still down by 9 with 4:55 to go here in the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic game number 1. We'll be right back.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Back with you here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. Matt Clark alongside Todd Duke here for the final 4:55 in this one as Granite City are down 9 points. Todd, any ideas on what you think the Warriors could do in order to get themselves back into this game and maybe potentially pull off the comeback win?
Well, you know, they're adept at shooting 3-pointers, so I think they should at least get a couple more tries from that area, but you got to find a way to get in the perimeter and into the paint eventually.
Yeah, and also with that, you can make some free throws if you get fouled in the paint. But MacArthur, they've got to find some ways to stop them on defense. 3 from King Deeds on the way, no good, and Bond's able to grab the rebound. He will push the pace now, trying to get past Deeds. down to Valentine, who goes up hard.
Yep.
And there you go. Right there, they get to the free throw line.
That's what you call forcing a team to foul. He jumped right into 3 defensemen, and one of them fouled him.
Yeah, and you talk about drawing contact, he does that right there. And even though he was nowhere near scoring that basketball on that play, he's going to get 2 chances from the line. He has been scoreless since he made 3 3-pointers in the first half, Alvin Valentine.
Yeah, you got to get him back on.
4:29 to go. Valentine is going to take his time. First one's good, and Granite City have got to make every and any free throw that they have because those are the easiest shots.
Yeah.
Call them free throws for a reason.
Not out on the floor right now. Mario Brown, man, he has been real quiet here today.
Yeah, we saw something on his wrist, on his right wrist. That's his shooting hand. Obviously, we don't want to speculate on any injuries, but, you just got to think. But it would be really remarkable if Granite City win this game without him. Here's Boyer. He will save that. Almost did save that. It goes out of bounds. And Valentine goes 1 of 2 from the line. That's about as close as MacArthur have been since the start of the third quarter when they were only down 7 at the half.
Yeah, 8-point lead for MacArthur, and they're trying to hold on for dear life while Granite City's trying to fight for theirs.
49-41 MacArthur for Granite City. That's 94 feet away from the basket.
Once you made that first swipe and you missed, you need to back off, but he kept on going.
Man, they've been battling up and down the floor. It just feels like sometimes you're watching a personal battle between Trayvon Bond, the senior from Granite City, and MJ Murphy, the senior from Decatur MacArthur. Both of them are point guards. They're always going up against each other in the backcourt, as they are right now. Murphy against Bond. Gets it over to Sean Lee, up against Evan Brewer. Now it's Owens. MacArthur can take their time, but they still got to deal with that shot clock. Here's Murphy, backdoor cut.
Man.
D's inside, easy 2.
Those backdoor baseline drives, man, when that person's not covered, that's almost the easiest 2 points you can get besides an uncontested layup.
And Dees did a good job of finishing that. Now it's Walker going the other way. Got around Dees, but Dees fouls him from behind. 2 at the line coming for Andrew Walker.
Yeah, that was all over the forearm there, trying to go for the ball. You can see that one in midair. He got nothing but arm.
Yeah. That's the best part about us being at the back of the line. We can see a lot of this that's coming our way as Walker will go to the line. Great little spark for Granite City as he rolls in the first.
Back to a 9-point game. Granite City's job right now is to keep that lead from getting back into double digits, but they still have an uphill battle.
Yeah, you're right. An uphill battle to go, and this is just the bottom of that hill that they've got to kind of trek forwards on.
Now Brown's going to come back in.
And maybe this is the chance for Mario Brown to be the X factor for Granite City down the stretch here. He's got 4 minutes to try to make a difference as Granite City down by 8 here with 3:51 to play. Here's MJ Murphy and Bond again. Back over to Dees. This is King Dees, and now Murphy will wait, and Therese Bryson will take his time here. He's not wanting MacArthur to go too fast. Now it's inside to Lee. Lee, great backdoor cut. Murphy open. 2 more for the Generals. Easy layups now, and it might just finish off Granite City's upset chance.
Back-to-back backdoor chances there by MacArthur.
Bond inside, just flies in there. He's not going to get a foul called there as he was up against so many guys in the paint. Now MacArthur will run. Dees with his right hand outside. Lee, thought he might shoot it there, but he won't, and MacArthur will run some more time off the clock. Murphy against Bond. He's got 16, MJ Murphy. Looking for more. Pull-up jumper. No good, and the rebound comes to Trayvon Bond. And Bond will bring it up for Granite City once more. Mario Brown steps into a 3. Hits it. That's what we think Mario Brown could do there. And Granite City don't have a lot of timeouts to spend, so they'll just have to try to pressure MacArthur here.
I think they've only got 1 left, don't they?
Correct. King Dees.
Double dribble.
No, almost thought it was. The referee says no call. 7-point game. MacArthur so close to finishing it off there. Bond called for another costly and unnecessary foul.
Yeah.
He's right out front on the front court. Murphy wasn't going to do anything with that basketball right there. 53-46 our score. 2:36 to play.
Bond's aggressive. He tries to go for those poke-ins and those reach-ins all the time. This time he just got too much body and not enough ball where you can get any ball.
And that's all good is only 2 fouls, those kind of unnecessary ones. Next time the Warriors foul, MacArthur's in the double bonus. Murphy will stretch it out here. It's a new shot clock, too, so that kind of hurts Granite City with 23 seconds on the shot clock. And now Murphy almost turned the corner. Back over to Dees. Granite City under man. Dees inside. Left the shot short. Gets his own rebound, though, and the foul is on Mario Brown. And just when Granite City, with rebounding being their strongest suit, they just cannot find the rebound here late in the fourth quarter. And it just feels like this game is going to go down as many, many opportunities for Granite City to upset the two-time defending champions here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic, but they just haven't taken those chances.
How many hops do you get before they call it a travel?
I mean, I'm not sure. It gets a little crowded in there, let's just say, as Dees will go to the line. And you got to think about that decision not to call a double dribble or a travel, or whatever that was on that earlier possession, is going to hurt Granite City here. As King Dees makes the first free throw, he was 6.2 points per game for the Generals last year en route to that championship where they beat Quincy in the final. He went 0 for 6 from the field in that championship game, 3 of 11 from 3, but he did make free throws, which helped the Generals in their Holiday Classic victory. And now he's going to have to continue doing it here today. Dees' second free throw is good, 9-point advantage for MacArthur. Now it's Bond. Granite City's really running out of time now.
Yeah, they are. Clock is not in their favor.
No, it is not. But again, had many chances to get themselves back into the game. Walker, another three,
Rainbow.
way short. But it's out by Sean Lee. So Granite City will get the ball back here on the inbounds play. And I'm thinking you probably need a 3 or something here to just get yourself back into this game, as Walker will tie his shoe right in the middle here. Maybe a little bit of a freshman thing there from Andrew Walker, not having his shoe tied with 2 minutes to play here in the game. Brewer up with the layup and one.
Well, there's your chance at 3 right there.
The old-fashioned way, just as you said, and that is costly. MacArthur just could not afford to give up a three-pointer or an and one, and they've done it right there. Brewer did not complete the earlier and one in the third quarter. He's really got to complete this one. If he does, Todd, it's a 2-possession game.
Yep. Nothing like pressure, right? There you go.
He takes the pressure easily. 6-point game now. Granite City, maybe their last opportunity to pull off the upset.
Well,
it was out of bounds.
There you go. Got to get points off of this turnover if you want to have a chance to come back and win this game.
The door is now wide open for Granite City. Can they walk through it and take advantage?
Yeah, the uphill climb just got a little bit more
easier
to do here. Yep.
Absolutely. Here's Walker, the freshman, in really clutch minutes here. MacArthur goes back to the zone. Brown. They can't afford to waste this much time, Todd. It's inside to Valentine. He steps out. Now he's looking for options. Floats it up off the rim. I think he was trying to pass it to Brewer, and he couldn't get the pass off. And a terrible, terrible possession for Granite City as they try to beat MacArthur. 6-point game. Now they got to try to start trapping. Murphy, step-up jumper. No good, and Walker gets the rebound. Here come Granite City the other way. Valentine on the fast break. Blocked from behind by Tatum. He fouled him. Todd, he fouled him. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 1:06 to play.
Yeah, he blocked the arm. He didn't block the ball.
I couldn't tell. You had better eyes than me on that one. As Stevie Tatum picks up his third foul. No one has 4 in this game. MacArthur have a couple guys with 3 fouls. Tatum and Murphy. Alvin Valentine to the free throw line.
Each team in the bonus now. But this was a shooting foul anyway. Boy, you got to make those. Man, you got to make those.
I don't know if you heard it there, but he groaned after he shot that shot because he knew he missed it short, and your legs sometimes get tired here late in the fourth quarter. 1:06 to play. I think Granite City only have that one timeout left. Valentine's second free throw, up and good. 5-point game. What else does Granite City have left in them? This would be pretty magical now with 1 minute to go. It's Murphy with the basketball. And MacArthur could take this entire shot clock down here if they want to. Granite City trying to spring the trap over to Dees. Now it's Bond. Another trap sprung, but they're just passing wide over the freshman's head there. 19 seconds to go on the shot clock. Now it's over to Murphy. Bond guarding him closely. MacArthur just trying to struggle their way to the win here. King Dees with the basketball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. This is it, and Walker fouls him.
Yeah, fouled him on purpose.
Well, he fouled him on purpose, but you see the entire Granite City staff frustrated with that call. And I don't mean to get on Walker's back here, but you just put probably Granite City or MacArthur's best free throw shooter to the line. And he didn't have to because he had to put a shot up there with the shot clock going down.
It was down to about 5 seconds to go. So, yeah, you're right. That was a foul that just didn't need to happen at that particular moment.
Situational basketball there, and Granite City did not play it well enough.
Freshman mistake.
Dees' first free throw is
swooped it.
Good. And MacArthur can only make it a 6-point game here. That means it remains a 2-possession game. 55-50. And you just got to think if Granite City aren't able to win this game, they will rue the various points off of turnovers that they had. The Warriors were down at one point by 17 points, and they've come back and trying to get back, and they've got it as close as 5. 56-50 is our score, 38 seconds. Granite City have to go as fast as possible. Bond in the backcourt, trapped, got it past, it's a travel.
Yep. Tried to get out of that double team over there and took a step to get out of it. That's like playing Twister, man. Right foot red, and he tried to get that thing out of there, and that was just one too many steps.
If he was playing Twister, then he was out on that play right there, and that might just be that for Granite City. But what an effort, Todd, from this Warriors team. And, you know, MacArthur had their work cut out for them today here in the 10 a.m. game. Carson in for the Generals, probably to be a free-throw shooter. So he'll go to the line here and have a chance to shoot two as he's intentionally fouled.
Third one for the freshman, 2 in a row by Andrew Walker.
Well, the question is, Carson goes to the free throw line here. Do you think that this is going to be good enough for Decatur MacArthur to go and get the three-peat in the championship?
I don't know.
Do you think they got to play better?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, MacArthur will look like, as they have a 7-point lead, that's a 3-possession game now. They will look to be playing tomorrow at 10 o'clock, same time. And they will be up against either Rockford East or O'Fallon, who they played in the quarterfinals last year. MacArthur. Shot is short. Oh, Carson almost got his own rebound, and that is going to be Granite City basketball. For a minute there, I thought that Granite City had just outdone their own doing there. No one was at the in the free throw lanes for MacArthur, and they almost just made their own mistake out of there. 27 seconds to go.
Got in each other's way.
Here's Bond. MacArthur going zone. Brewer gave him the screen. Walker over to Valentine, shot fake, he'll fire from 3, contested, no good, and Tatum will grab the rebound, fouled from behind, and I think the last chance for Granite City there goes begging.
Yeah, that door just closed.
And Granite City will play the loser of this game, of the next game, pardon me, of Rockford East and O'Fallon, which is at 11:30. Stick around for there. We'll shut everything down and then build it all back up for game number 2 of this Holiday Classic. But again, this one was closer than many people may have even thought it was going to be. And maybe that's a testament to what the next game will be, as Rockford East and O'Fallon. O'Fallon is heavily favored to win that game as well. Tatum to the line.
Granite City had their chances, man. They just, here's the boil down of it is points off of turnovers.
Yep.
MacArthur scored points off of Granite City turnovers, but Granite City could not do the same.
Yeah, you talk about a couple of just 3 straight possessions there at the end where MacArthur kind of messed around. And you think about that pass out of bounds, and then Granite City put up a poor shot there, which I think could have cut it to a 1-possession game. 8-point lead now. Tatum splits the pair of free throws for the MacArthur Generals. They're led by MJ Murphy with 16, King D's with 14, and then Stevie Tatum had 9 as a foul by Bond. That was ill-advised.
That was not even on the inbound pass. He was just trying to guard him.
Well, the worst thing about that is the clock doesn't run at all. So Bond makes both of the free throws. It's back to a 2-possession game. For the Warriors, more balanced scoring in the form of Alvin Valentine leading with 11, but you've also got Mario Brown with 10, quiet 10 really, and then also Andrew Walker, the freshman, with 10 points. And, you know, I don't want to make any predictions early, but if Granite City do go on to lose this game, I think they've got a very good shout to go and win the consolation championship.
Yeah.
Bond will wait patiently here. Again, we talked about it. Not the best free throw shooter. We talked around 60% coming into this tournament, but he makes the first. And on this season, Trayvon Bond, I think that 3 that he made against MacArthur earlier in this game was his only made 3 of the year. He's about 1 of 17 now from three-point land. 15.3 seconds to play. Bond's second free throw, no good, and Granite City almost grabbed the rebound, but Tatum's got the basketball. Granite City trapping. Tatum will run out of it. Gerard Moore will say no fouls, and Decatur MacArthur survive. The defending champions, the 2-time defending champions here, win their 10th straight Prairie Farms Holiday Classic game despite a valiant effort from the Granite City Warriors. It's MacArthur who win game 1 of this tournament by a final score of 58-51. MacArthur advanced to the quarterfinals where they will play tomorrow at 10 o'clock against the winner of O'Fallon and Rockford East. Any thoughts on this one before we go, Todd?
I mentioned it earlier, man. Too many turnovers and not taking advantage of them for Granite City. And MacArthur knew exactly what to do with Granite City turnovers, and they ended up getting the 7-point win.
All right, we'll shut everything down and bring you back for Game 2. Todd and Zach will be on the call for Rockford East and O'Fallon. Don't go anywhere. Final score from Game 1, Decatur MacArthur 58, Granite City 51 here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic.